Hey, what's up everyone? It's your buddy Matt here. Welcome back to my channel. Boom! My newest acquisition. What I think to be an early 90s Grove Telescopic boom lift. I haven't seen this thing run yet, and I'm here today to find out if it does. So if that sounds good, stick around. So I ended up buying this telescopic Manlift from a gentleman who told me that it does run. However, I ended up paying the price of scrap metal for it, given the fact that it's old and there are some mechanical issues. So although I was hoping to make a will it start video, fortunately for me, but unfortunately for you, this is what happened as soon as I showed up. Turns out the guy was right. It runs, and it runs really, really well. A lovely air-cooled two-cylinder diesel. Let's go check out and see what functions work on it. All right, let's start with steering. All right, so steering also engages reverse, apparently. That was right steering, and they did turn a little, so let's try left. Oh, okay, so it's, all right, it is moving forwards. Let's try forwards. Okay, so forward works, reverse works. How about the boom? Does that work? Okay, so right off the bat, it appears as though every hydraulic function engages the reverse on the machine. Minor detail, but anyways, it couldn't be too easy, could it? Okay, so I managed to straighten up the wheels by activating the wheel, I guess, left function and just giving little shots of forward while it was backing up. So that kind of gets my wheels straight again. Let's try moving the boom up and seeing if the telescopic works. All right, so the boom lifted. Let's see if the telescope works. Sure does, sure does. And does it rotate? Let's see if it rotates. Yep. You might not have seen it, but it does rotate. So far, all functions appear to work. Let's check the level. Good. Get it back into place. Even this lovely old light works. Now let's go check out the basket controls. So will I be going 50 feet up in this thing? The answer is no. A little too wiggly for my liking. All right, I've seen enough to know that this thing's freaking awesome. So as you may have noticed, the controls up there are pretty sketchy. 2 or 3 of them basically all do the same thing, only have it move backwards. A couple of them don't work. I think the rotation appears to work. As always, it always backs up regardless of what's going on. The owner just ended up giving me this valve. He said that they tried changing the valve on it. This would have been in charge of apparently either reverse or both forward and reverse. But yeah, that didn't fix the problem. So there's obviously something wrong with that circuit, you know, but something that's this old. I mean, how old is this thing anyways? Does anyone know? I checked online, MZ50 by Grove. Let's say 50 is most probably the height. MZ, and I think they made an MZA or something, and A would have been for articulated. This is obviously a straight boom, but yeah, there's not too much documentation online about the existence of this, but that's okay. It just makes it a little bit more fun, puzzle-wise, getting these things up and running. Now, as we have sort of already seen, the electronics are definitely sketchy. From a hydraulic side, yeah, we got a main valve over here, and then that appears to be probably that valve that was replaced at some point. We can see the engine. What is this engine? It's a Deutz. Yeah, Deutz Diesel core. Hopefully this is a real German one. I think they have some that were made not in Germany. Hopefully this is a real German one. You guys want to see what's inside this control box? Me too. Oh, nice. All right, so we got some standard little 12-volt relays in here. I don't know if this is like an auto resetting breaker. And despite having a whole bunch of wiring, I mean, there's not all that much back here other than just a ton of switches, which makes this entire system relatively simple. I say that until, you know, 3 weeks from now I'm going to be pulling out my hair saying, like, I can't figure anything out. But no, I'm confident that we'll be able to figure out what the heck that forward and reverse issue is. And the fact that everything kind of moved, you know, hydraulics appear to be okay in general. I noticed a leak on the basket level cylinder. No big deal, right? At least not for the price I paid for it. One major pro about this machine is that it's built like a tank. Maybe in comparison to some of the comparative machines today. One major con, however, two-wheel drive. On any type of solid terrain, I'm assuming will be okay, but obviously sand, mud, stuff like that on a job site might be a little bit of a challenge for it. We'll just have to wait and see. Keep our fingers crossed. All right, so in most cases, I would say let's check the fluids. In this case, because it's air-cooled, we're going to check the fluid, which is oil, the only fluid. And there's definitely enough in there to say that we're running this guy correctly. I think these little air-cooled Deutzes are really incredible engines. Kind of bulletproof. This one even has a little oil cooler on it. So, you know, built, I don't know how many horsepower they are, but, you know, they're sort of built as if they had 20 times as much horsepower as they actually do. So they end up being bulletproof. This machine only having 3,600 hours really makes it a gem. You know, this is the original paint. So you can kind of see, despite it being old, despite it living outside, it's really not in all that bad a shape. With the engine running well, let's just quickly see if there's an electrical issue, a very apparent electrical issue that would be causing that reverse solenoid to activate pretty much all the time. All right, so from an electrical standpoint, I've played around in it a little bit, and I'm not getting the feeling that it's an electrical issue. I'm kind of getting my 12 volts everywhere where I think it should go, and I really get the impression that it's more of like a hydraulic bypass, and I don't really feel like making a mess in this gentleman's driveway. Brand new asphalt and all. So I'm going to call my transporter, and he's going to come, and we're going to bring it to its final location where we will work on it a little bit further. All right, so they were calling for rain all day today. I got my raincoat in the car, but it looks like there's sun, so we are lucky. I'm not sure if it's gonna start. You know, we're about a week later, and the tow truck has just showed up. All right, let's go see if this guy starts. All right, so we're off to a good start. All right, so it looks like mission accomplished in terms of getting it up on the trailer. Required the winch a little, but you know, that's kind of what was expected. So let's get this guy to its future location. All right, so world's worst time lapse. I guess this silly GoPro thing kind of just right off the bat went like this. And that's why I was supposed to have a nice time lapse for you, but well, looks like that didn't work out. You have to admit that would have been a pretty cool transition though, eh? Well, next time I'll have to tighten up that GoPro a little better. We made it, we made it. Let's get it unloaded. All right, looks like one small slick stone was enough to stop this mammoth machine's two-wheel drive capability. I wanted to get a little bit further in, however, it doesn't look like that's gonna happen easily. I was also gonna continue working on hydraulics, but rain is coming and we're in a bit of a damp area. I think we're gonna wrap this video up here, and this will be the first in maybe many in a series regarding this new telescopic boom lift. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the next one. Signing out.